You're welcome.
Next, Nina Robinson is going to tell us about some. Is this too loud? Nina Robinson is going to tell us about how they got that road that brought all this trouble to Betty. No. Oh, okay, wrong area. A road.
A road.
Go for it, Nina.
I hope my voice stays with me. Having a little throat problem tonight. What I was going to tell about was the road going the other way, out the Swanson River. Morris Corson was our friend and neighbor, and he came by one day and said he had this contract to build, pioneer the road out to Swanson River. And so his dad, Ken Corson, and my husband Jess went to work for him. And they went, followed the section line out to the Moose Range, and then things got a little touchy. They didn't know where and how to go from there. So Morris got Harry White, and everybody probably remembers him. He was quite a flyer, kind of a daredevil. But anyway, he and Morris flew out over the route, and they could tell where the high places were and the swamps and whatever. So they hit on the idea of taking rolls of toilet paper on a broomstick and holding it out the plane window and letting it unwind, and it draped down in the trees, and then Ken and Jess could follow the road out there. It was pretty crooked, but it was passable. And however, they did rebuild the road the next spring. This was a winter time thing too. So, and Carol wanted me to tell something funny about the building of the Sterling School out there, and I don't remember anything funny, but I could tell an incident at our homestead that was kind of funny. In '52, we bought a bunch of cows, and we were milking them and delivering milk all over the country. And I had 4 little boys, and so I had to deliver milk part of the time while Jess was doing other things. And so Gladys Weaver was new in the area, and she was babysitting for me. And I delivered milk that day, and I came home, and she asked me if I'd seen this moose down the driveway, and I said, no, I didn't see one. And she said, well, he's been acting real funny. It's been going back and forth across your driveway. And our driveway's almost a quarter of a mile long off the highway. And so we looked down the road, and sure enough, it was out there. We had this black horse. It was a gelding. But anyway, this moose kept going back and forth, and the horse was kind of watching it. And finally, the moose jumped over in the pasture. And Sugar, the horse, decided, I don't like this too well. He kind of ran a little ways, and he looked back. Here the moose come trotting after him. And it was talking, you know. It's the first time I'd ever heard a moose it was in the fall, and it was rutting season. Well, it just kept following that horse, and the horse would run away, and it looked back, and the moose was still coming after him. He went across the draw, over on the hill, went over to the loop road, went up the loop road a ways, and came back into the field, and the moose is still right behind him. And we had these cows out fairly close to the corral, and the horse ran back to them, and the moose is still coming, and the horse took up through the field away from there, and the moose got to the cows, pretty close to the cows, and finally kind of stopped, looked around, and said, maybe this isn't what I want to do after all. Went up across the field. I wish Gladys was here. She'd still laugh about that. It was kind of spooky because we neither one knew that much about moose and cows mixing, you know.
Thanks, Nina. Well,